We need the glue all the way up here.
So, how do you build a high-quality preschool program?
Okay, let's go solve the problem.
Some educators say there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Just take a look at South Shore Pre-K through 8 in Seattle's Rainier Valley.
The city often thinks of us as sort of one of their beacon sites.
Principal LAURIE Morrison oversees the 54-child pre-K program here.
6, 7.
Where students consistently outperform their peers who don't go to preschool, often all the way through high school.
So that is pretty validating for us that we're doing something right.
Morrison says she would have to do just a bit of fine-tuning to be part of the Seattle Preschool Program, or SPP, the $58 million voter-approved measure set to go into effect this fall.
What was your second strategy?
But she says Seattle's investment is just one part of a much-needed education overhaul.
When we have high-quality pre-K, that's not enough.
Morrison is excited about expanding pre-K, but says if the point of the SPP is to help kids of color and kids from low-income families achieve, the investment can't stop at preschool.
If we don't mirror that with some congruency around high-quality kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and third grade, that the benefits of a high-quality pre-K fade out by third grade.
That fade out is a real concern, says Jason SACHS, Director of Early Childhood Education for Boston Public Schools.
To teach young children is a hard process.
SACHS is helping Seattle city leaders learn more about how to run a preschool program. Boston has had one in place since 2005.
First, congratulations. This is exciting times in Seattle.
SACS says it's important that preschools coordinate with the K-12 system to ensure the early learning investment from voters pays off.
We've actually rewritten our kindergarten curriculum and are working to design a new first and second grade curriculum. So we're reforming the public schools as well.
And while he says Seattle is smart to start small, with just 280 kids in the first year of the program, our city's plan to grow to 2,000 kids by 2018 will be a big challenge.
To go scale, you're really going to need a lot of strong teachers.
Find a partner.
Teacher training is a key part of Seattle's plan. Program directors and lead teachers are required to have or be working towards a bachelor degree.
Quality is definitely the key here.
Professor Gail Joseph is director of the UW's Child Care Quality and Early Learning Center, who spearheaded an online degree program to help busy daycare providers meet the BA requirement.
They can both be improving quality in their classrooms at the same time they're getting that degree that makes them a qualified provider.
Joseph also measures preschools for quality through the state's Early Achievers Rating Program, which the city will use to qualify schools for the new pre-K plan. We now have 40 preschools throughout Seattle that meet the Early Achievers Level 3 standard. Joseph says increasing the number of quality schools will mean increasing the training and pay of pre-K instructors.
Do you remember the name of those jobs?
We want to make sure that we're making investments in them as well as in order to kind of raise the quality of the preschool programs. So I don't think you can do one without the other.
What do I need to do?
Attracting and retaining top-notch preschool teaching talent is a constant challenge for Dominique Alex.
Finding qualified staff is really tricky.
Alex is the director of the GENESSEE Early Learning Center in South Seattle, which hosted the kickoff for the SPP campaign and hopes to be part of the program when it launches.
It's really exciting.
The city is counting on community providers like GENESSEE to be part of its new pre-K network. The cost of preschool will be subsidized based on family income. The City Department of Education is still working out how students will be selected and placed, but clearly, not everyone is going to get in.
There's not enough room for all the kids right now.
And Alex says private preschools don't currently pay what a public school teacher would get, making the search for high-quality staff members that much more difficult.
Finding them in the time you want to have them and getting all the kids in the building, that's a challenge.
Add that to a list of hurdles in rolling out this program.
Children with special needs or developmental disabilities will need additional supports.
Some educators are also pushing back on the city's idea to offer only 2 curriculum choices for providers who've already invested in other tested, highly touted learning plans.
Align with all the hard work that has already been put out there so that you can make sure that this is a success from the start.
Looking ahead, no one denies preschool is a huge boost for kids. But when it comes to building the program beyond the 4-year levy to truly help all kids in Seattle, many say the city can't afford a failing grade.
We don't want it to go away. We want this to stick around. We want the voters to believe in this. And most importantly, we want the kids and families to believe in this because it works.